Hi, in this video I want to go over the types of chemical reaction. There are 5 main types. There's synthesis, decomposition, single replacement, double replacement, and combustion. And we'll be going over all of these in this unit, and we'll also be learning how to predict products given 2 reactants. So the first one is synthesis right here, and another name for this would be combination, but it's basically when you have 2 reactants or more coming together to form one product, or maybe you'll have 3 reactants come together to form 2 different products. Basically you have more reactants on the left side and less products on the right side. Many things becoming one. That is synthesis. Next one we have decomposition, which is just the opposite of synthesis. It's decomposing, it's breaking apart. So we have usually one reactant breaking up to form many products. And in this class, if you have one reactant, it's decomposition. Those are the only decomposition reactions we're going to be dealing with. So moving on, we have combustion, which some synthesis reactions are combustion, but combustion is a unique reaction that has oxygen as a reactant and water as a product. And in just about every case that you have oxygen as a reactant, water as a product, it's going to be combustion. The most common combustion is when you have a carbon-based molecule like C2H4 or methane, CH4, and oxygen on the reactant side that then produces CO2 and water as products. And of course, always you're going to have heat generated. Exothermic, so heat would be on the product side of a thermonuclear equation. So that's combustion, and in other videos we'll go about how to predict products of combustion, complete and incomplete combustion. Alright, 2 more. There's single replacement and double replacement. Single replacement reaction is basically where you have a single element, usually being a metal or maybe a halogen, which would be a diatomic element like Cl2, F2, I2, Br2, plus a compound, aqueous compound. And this either gas or a solid is going to replace the other cation. Usually it's a cation, sometimes it's an anion if it's a halogen. And this other guy, in this case A, will be booted out. It's kind of like going to prom, stag, and then there's this couple that goes, and the guy who went stag boots out the other guy and leaves with the date. Same type of deal, single replacement reaction. Right here we have aluminum and copper chloride, and we're going to go into this more detail in a different video on how to predict products of a single replacement reaction. But basically you compare the 2 cations or metals, and whichever one's stronger, and you'll be using an activity series, will win and will end with the anion, in this case chlorine. So looking at this one, it looks like aluminum is stronger than copper, so it boots out copper. Copper is left alone, and aluminum is in the compound. That's single replacement reaction. And last but not least is double replacement reaction, and this is very similar to single replacement, only you have 2 compounds, and you have a flip-flop. In this case, A and B are switching partners. A is going with Y and B is going with X. So we got AY, BX. It's kind of like 2 couples are going to prom and they swap dates and they leave with different dates than whom they came with. And that is double replacement reaction. There's a whole thing on predicting products that we'll get into in a different video for that. But those are the 5 basic types of reactions in a nutshell.